Hey church, great to see you. It's Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday. It's maybe not a day that you particularly celebrated in recent years, but it is something that has been part of the calendar of the church for centuries. And you'll have seen it on the news. You will see it on the news probably today at some point, where the Queen gives money. The Pope still washes people's feet in the footsteps of Jesus. So he still takes 12 Catholics from around the world and washes their feet and kisses them. The British monarchs did that until 1680s, something like that. They'd have the yeoman of the laundry wash the person's feet first, and then the monarch would wash the feet and kiss them. But from the 1680s, our monarch started giving money. There's a lesson there, that it's sometimes easier to give than to do, because Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum, to mandate. It means to command. It means to do something. And we're called as Christians to be doers of the word, not just hearers. So our devotional this morning is around that idea of being commanded, to do something that God has called us to do. Now, there are a number of commands that Jesus gives us through his run up to the crucifixion. So all around the Passover meal, so Maundy Thursday is celebrating the Passover meal. So all on the Passover that Jesus takes with his disciples, there are a number of commands. He tells them, doesn't he? Do not let your hearts be troubled. In my Father's house are many rooms. He's telling them something. He's commanding them, don't let your heart be troubled. He's commanding them in Luke's Gospel as he breaks bread and drinks wine. He commands them, do this in remembrance of me. But the actual command that Maundy Thursday celebrates is the one that is distinctly put in John 13. A new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you. By this men will know that you are my disciples, that you love one another. That is something for us to be devoted to today. How can I love my fellow Christian? This is not about the rest of the world, and of course we are called to action. We're called to love those around us. We're called to love our neighbour and our enemy. But in this particular moment, Maundy Thursday, this is about the church. How can you love one another? We've seen Jesus wash the disciples' feet, and Peter says, wash all of me. And Jesus says, not all of you needs washing, just your feet. Because sometimes we get dirty on the road. Sometimes we're being critical of other believers. Sometimes we're being antagonistic towards those who love God, maybe those within our own church or those further afield. How can people see your love today? What can you do that expresses the love of Christ to the fellowship of Christ today? That's your devotional. I want you to devote your day today to thinking, what can I do that would express love? Might be a text, might be a card, might be some flowers. It might be to somebody who you found difficult. It might be just a prayer. Lord, I'm not quite ready to talk to them yet. Well, you need to pray for them. You need to bless them. By this, people will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. That is a new command. That is what Maundy Thursday is all about. That we're not about giving little bags of money from the Queen, not about having your feet washed by the Pope, but being Jesus to the people around you, and starting with the body of Christ.